Welcome back to another Davis Nerf Club video, and this is going to be the unboxing of the M1 bread machine. Here is the box from Amazon because I actually bought it from Amazon, and it's funny because I wasn't thinking about getting the blaster anytime soon because I don't think they listed it anywhere aside from the Zenduo website. I've seen other reviewers get their blaster from the Zenduo website, but yeah, I don't really go to other websites to actually grab blasters aside from Out of Darts with the unicorn over here. But yeah, no, it's funny because it is now out on Amazon if I haven't said that already. And when I got it, it was actually a 30% discount. So maybe it's still up there. You guys can go try to grab one if you guys are interested in this blaster. But yeah, when I bought it, there was only the green version, and I know there are different versions, but I'm going to just be reviewing the green version. There's no, you know, it's kind of a bit expensive. It's like 40 bucks to grab one, but yeah, let's get on to unboxing it. There was a sticker with my address and stuff like that. I'm not going to show that, and yeah, no, it was just easy to take off using my old knife, but yeah, let's... I was expecting the box to be a bit smaller, but it's funny that it was a big box, and hopefully they're my batteries. I bought batteries for my unicorn because I actually have a red dot on it now, as you can see here. But yeah, no, and you'll be seeing some gameplay with the unicorn with the upcoming 2 games that I'm going to be uploading. One at Boss and one at what is it? Ballistic Blaster Battles. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, boom. Blaster. Let's open this bad boy up. Aside from looking at the box seems very nice. Discard the toy at will, which will have an impact on the environment. Please recycle it properly. Interesting. Nice warnings and stuff like that. Let's just open this bad boy. And what do we get? 8+. Ooh, look at this. I totally can't read that. There's pictures and stuff like that. And, wow. That is a lot bigger than I thought. Let's take out this bad boy. I can take it out. There you go. Wow. Oh, it's a little bit front heavy, not gonna lie. That's nice, though. Is there something in there? What is that? Oh, is that the... I don't know what that is. Okay. First impressions, front heavy. There is somewhat of a sight picture. There's these 2 knobs with this front post. Doesn't really, you know, match quite up. I think this is the mag release. We can test out the actual fun gimmick of this blaster. Oh, don't do this at home, guys. Which one's the barrel? Is it the top part or is it the bottom? I think it's the top. Is the bottom for... Oh, I don't know. Interesting. Just that. And then... got our little clip zines, clip magazine-esque, which I think can go both ways because, as I'm seeing with this hole, it can go through both ways to catch, which is nice. Comes with some darts, albeit these are the, what is it? All I can really say is these are what, Adventure Force knockoffs? There's a little line in between, that's nice. And then it has fucking iPro. That's fun. Yeah, let's kind of test it out real quick. Actually, let me grab some darts real quick. So I got a few Dart Zone darts, and before we actually get to firing it, I wanted to talk about the construction of the blaster and how it actually can fit this barrel. If you're wondering how, I'll show you how. The construction of the blaster is solid. You can see I'm trying to bend it, pry it, try to, you know, break it somehow with, you know, just finding to see if there's a creak. There's none whatsoever because it is, again, a solid blaster, and that's kind of why what I want to talk about is I think this blaster is kind of built with multiple pieces. As you can see, I think this back part has little notches here that you have to squeeze in to try to take out, and this little bottom of the grip right here is held onto another little notch that you have to pry open to get to. There are screws that you can unscrew, so there's at least 2 here, and then there's 2 for the prime. But that begs the question of how... Is there more screws, and is it just those 2 screws and these little notches? Is there a little notch in the barrel? I can't seem to see it. And it's going to be interesting because I want to see how someone would take this blaster apart, because it seems like you can't really do it. Well, easily. Also, too, it's going to be a bit of a hassle if these notches are held in by glue as well. So you're going to be fighting the notch and the glue. Hoping that's not really the case when someone takes it apart. I'm probably not going to, because this blaster was somewhat expensive, 28 bucks when I bought it, because I had a 30% discount. And I sure as heck don't want to mess with a blaster this gimmicky, probably with a turnaround valve to actually fire out, and this whole clip magazine ejection and stuff like that. The one thing I found out while messing with this blaster, however, is even though these parts don't really come out easy, and yeah, as you probably have seen, I've been trying to like take this out with my bare hands. I probably need a tool to actually take it apart. The part that, or one part that does come out real easy, is this barrel notch, or this barrel nub, or whatever you want to call it, which when you take apart exposes a metal barrel, which you can put whatever you want on it. So I have a little tracer scar unit here, and I can put that on and tighten it, and it stays on. Very, very nice. You can now have a bread machine that looks like a suppressed bread machine. Albeit now it's more front heavy, because this plunger tube is kind of making it front heavy already. So yeah, very, very nice. Before we actually, another note before we actually get onto the chronograph, I actually did buy, so as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I bought the green version. And now that I'm kind of looking at it, this isn't the green version. And if you put 2 and 2 together, it's if you can see, it's not. That's not green. That's more of a teal, blue, yellow-ish kind of color scheme. And yeah, I don't know what's going on when I bought it, because I did. It probably pop up on the screen. I did buy the green version, but yeah, I would say when you buy from Amazon, you might want to watch out, because now if you look at it, there's a listing of green and or purple, but you might not get those colors. I just so happened to luck out because I actually did want this color scheme, because it wasn't listed. So I mean, lucky me. But if you're really looking for a specific color scheme for the bread machine and you're buying from Amazon, you might not get it. So yeah, a little bit of a fair warning. Anyway, let's go on to the chronoing. One thing to also note is that prime right there was kind of stiff, and I'm hoping that these become, or that the prime, you know, there's a way to make the prime less stiff or something like that. It gets me a little bit scared, because apparently there's slam fire, and you know what, actually, let's test out the slam fire first, because the whole priming is a little bit scary. Oh man, because if you're fighting a stiff prime, you're gonna have a situation where you're gonna be slam firing, and that stiff prime does not help whatsoever. Also, as I was talking, that was not slam firing. Where'd the other dart go? I shot like 4. Oh well, let's slam fire with these darts. Slam fire. Yeah, definitely fighting that prime, which is a little bit of a hassle, and it does help with the fire rate, but yeah, that prime is not gonna be I'm not gonna be enjoying it anytime soon. Let's chrono. Is there any other thing I wanted to mention? No, let's just get to chronoing. I'm gonna do a 5-round average, which means I have to reload between after 4 shots, because the magazine only holds 4 shots. And yeah, 74.66. Oh, I hit the side of the barrel. It's 59.91. I'm just gonna have to grab a few of those and, you know, load those again, because I actually hit the side of the chronograph there. Is it primed? Is it primed? Let's double check. Yeah, it's primed. 73.46. 76.2. Reload. Woo! Very nice. Let's get 2 more shots in there. 82.14. And then we got 81.67, so probably around an average of 75, 80 range. Very, very nice. I thought these magazine clips were backwards, or you can like load them in however you want in terms of direction because of the whole notch here, but actually you can't, because there's a little little indent in the actual magazine clip that kind of dictates, and also there's like an arrow. I don't know if you can see that, there's an arrow that tells you the direction of how you load this this magazine / clip, and I don't know why that's a thing. I thought you could have, you know, loaded it backwards, and I feel like it would have been easier to do it like that, because I think there would, if you added a little bit more room or a little more width to the mag, you can actually, you know, fit another notch here to load it backwards, which I feel is a missed opportunity, but I don't know. I'm just gonna call it a missed opportunity and move on. As you can see with this blaster is a fun gimmick blaster and not a competitive blaster unless you really like to fool around or troll around and stuff like that, because as you can see with the FPS, it is not hitting that 150 or 200 or 250 like some other blasters, like the Extra Long Shot, which is over there, the Unicorn, the Harrier, any of those, you know, high FPS hitting blasters, Nexus Pro, Dart Zone Max Striker, etc., etc. Like the list goes on, and yeah, I mean it's gonna fit to someone's sort of playstyle, because you might be just one to just plink around back at home and mess with such a gimmick as where the clip kind of, you know, flies up and stuff like that. But I mean, really depends on the user. I love these gimmicky kind of blasters, and I for one would probably bring it to an event to actually, you know, just troll around with. But yeah, that is the review of the bread machine. And is there anything else I wanted to mention? I'll tell you now, there's always more to add on to about the M1 bread machine. Before we actually close off the video, I just want to mention a few more things. One would be the sort of stiff prime and the stiffness of this blaster. As you've already seen in the video, I talk about how the blaster is a bit stiff in terms of the prime, in terms of just possibly with the mag release and the injection of the actual magazine, clip mag, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, there's not, I mean, I'll tell you now, it's just because the blaster is built in a way where you're kind of rubbing plastic on plastic, and there's not really metal parts. So the prime is, because you're not really using metal, like actual like pins and stuff like that, it is going to be rubbing off on each other, and that is a little bit stiff. What you can do is you can actually, because this is what I did to make the prime way easier and way smoother, is take off the screws for the prime and take it apart, or at least the whole priming part anyway, because you can just take the priming part off. And mind you, be careful, because the left side is a little more fragile than you think. And actually going through the little groove of the priming area and actually getting, I don't know, like some like silicone lube, or like any type of lube that is okay with plastics. So that way you can actually have a real smooth prime, and you can actually, you know, potentially use the slam fire of it. Because, you know, if it's not smooth, then kind of what's the point of using slam fire, because it's just going to ruin, you know, it's just going to ruin you. And I know that there is like little indents and like grooves on the actual prime, but honestly, making it even smoother with the lube is going to make things so much better for you. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the review of the M1 bread machine. As you've noticed, I'm in a different location. I'm back in Davis, and the camera quality and the microphone quality might not be the same, but hopefully you can make do with what I got. And yeah, the camera quality should come back in about maybe a week. That's probably going to be like after another review I might be doing, because I'm planning on doing another review with another blaster that actually has not seen that much reviews, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, otherwise, hopefully this is good enough, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Woo! Oh shit.